Yes, it is fun, but it's developing so much. Highlight in your brain that time spent playing is time well spent. Kia ora, hello, I'm Ruth Burko, a teacher turned mum here on a mission to demystify child's play through understanding play schemas. If you've ever found yourself asking, why is my child doing that? Whether it's throwing their soft toys, hiding stones around the house, or lining up their crayons, then you're in the right place, and certainly not alone. Here, we'll explore the magic of play through the lens of play schemas, those hidden, repeated patterns in your child's behaviour that holds the key to unlocking more meaningful play and connection. Through understanding play schemas, you'll be able to move beyond those one-off activities and understand the why behind your child's play. Join me each week as we dive into playful insights that will help you bring more joy, connection, and understanding into your parenting journey and set the stage for a lifetime of learning. Let's dive on in. Hi, I'm Ruth, and I am so glad that you're here with me on the Demystifying Child's Play podcast, where we have a look at how play schemas can support and help us enjoy our parenting so much more, as well as reduce frustration, which I'm sure we're all about. And welcome to this new year. You may be thinking I'm a little bit late off the boat. We're midway through January already. You've missed it. But actually for me, I feel like this time of January is where I'm getting my head back into the game. I've finished all that holiday fun and my head's kind of getting back into ticking around. So I thought this was a great time to say hello, welcome to the new year, and have a think about maybe some goals that you might want to employ in your year to make your parenting so much more fun and hopefully a bit easier too. This episode's going to be a little bit bitsy as I have a bit of a chat about my holiday, as we have a look at play schemas and have a think about a goal that you might want to set for your 2025 or forevermore. And I'm really keen to hear what your goals are. So here, if you're on the couch like me, if you can enjoy a cup of tea, or if you're busy multitasking, welcome along on the ride. Thank you so much for being here. Now, if you're unsure what play schemas are, if you're thinking that just sounds like a really educational word, it's for educators, but it's also for you. Play schemas, in short, is the blueprint your child uses to make sense of the world. They're repeated patterns in play, which they might do over and over again, as they're discovering how things work, how this world works, how things interact together. And once you understand what play schemas are, it can really help you understand what your child is doing. And what's awesome is that they're present across cultures. They're just a natural part of development. No matter where you are, no matter what child you're looking at, you'll see repetitive patterns in play. So my goal is to help you understand what these patterns are, to see them, and through them, make your new year more joyful and intentional. So welcome to this new year. Okay. So I'm also really excited for the lineup this year. What I'll be doing next week is launching a 3-part series focused on play, you may have guessed it. What are we looking at week 1 is how you can help your child play independently, because that's something I know isn't always easy. Number 2 will be how to help your child play with their siblings or their friends, especially when they're using different schemas. And then the last one is playing with adults. So whether you're playing with your child or an aunt or your uncle, how you can really play with them and not take over their play. And then the next series, you're going to have to wait a few weeks until I let you know what it is, but I'm really excited. And my hint is it's really changed the game in how I relate to my children. Okay, so for the 101 of play schemas, if you are new and you haven't downloaded it yet, you can go to my blog, playschemas.com/free, and get the 101 cheat sheet of the 10 most common play schemas. So you don't need to retain this all, because I know coming back in January, it can be a little bit hard as your brain is getting back into action. Now, I have 10 play schemas because as I run through them soon, there's some ones that other people may lump together. So you may see 7, you may see 9, you may see 25. But what I find with these 10 most common ones is they really separate what the children are doing and helps you understand where there might be clashes. So for example, when children are doing disconnecting and connecting, very similar, very different, very easy to clash on. So you'll hear me say today, and you'll see in the cheat sheet, which is at playschemas.com/free, the 10 ones I talk about are trajectory, transportation, rotation, orientation, positioning, transformation, connection, disconnection, enclosure, and enveloping. All of these represent universal play behaviours that you'll see your child or other children do. They work on cognitive development. They can build the problem solving and critical thinking skills. They work on physical development. They improve fine and gross motor skills, which are the little tasks and the big tasks your children's body do, with spatial awareness as well. And they also work on social emotional skills. Play fosters creativity, emotional expression, and confidence. Okay, I love play schemas and I love noticing them, so much so that my husband is now looking at me going, "Is that schema?" So I want to give you 3 examples of some of the play schemas I saw my 2 children do over the holidays. Number 1 was positioning to a T. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. One of my children had been playing with his uncle, and when I came into the room where they were playing, I could see all the cars lined up perfectly, and they were grouped as construction vehicles, fast cars, slow cars, don't know what cars. That is the positioning schema in play, very much so. And that even enhanced it by, I'd put a line down for where they could and couldn't play, so we had a walking area still. They'd use that same tape to then tape some more lines that they could put the cars on with some shorter lines and longer lines. So I looked at that and I had a giggle to myself, and I said to my brother, "Do you know that you're working through the positioning schema?" He said, "I'm just really enjoying these being lined up so nice." We also used the tape again. So when he knew that tape was there, another schema I saw was making different enclosures, which is the enclosure schema. So what they were doing is on the ground, they'd taped a whole lot of kind of circles and squares in different shapes, and they had dinosaurs in one, they had farmyard animals and zoo animals in another, and they had another one that had a dinosaur and a treasure chest and a random soldier man that they'd found. And the soldier man and the dinosaur was protecting the treasure. So it was so great seeing the storytelling that was coming from it, but seeing another schema in play. And the last one makes me a little bit sick even thinking about it, is the rotation schema. There was like a big kind of like lazy boy chair that was there that spun around, and my boys, no matter what, loved getting on it. They'd generally put one on it and the other one would spin them around as fast as they could go. They'd lean back and absolutely laugh. I could only watch them for a little while because it made me feel sick just watching, but I actually loved seeing it, and I knew this is the rotation schema in play, and knowing that through the schemas there's so much learning, so much development that's happening in their brains. So as you will have noticed through all of that, as I was watching what they were doing, I was seeing the schemas in action. So this is a challenge to you. It could be your goal, is to actually be able to sit back sometimes, which if your child isn't good at playing independently currently, wait until next week. I'll give you some tips and tricks. But watch for these repetitive behaviours that they really enjoy doing. So it could be the lining up toys or spinning objects, and have a look at what activities capture your child's focus for a long period of time. So generally a schema isn't just one and done. They're not just going to quickly line up their toys and then go somewhere else. They'll probably be invested in it. They'll be having a look at how they've lined it up. They might find other ways to do it. So it's the schemas are normally ones that are repetitive, but they're also invested in, they're focused in. And when you can connect these schemas, when you recognize them, it can help you provide toys and activities that align with your child's interests. Now, if you've listened to other ones, and if you haven't, this is your first one, please know I am not about going and buying new toys. I'm not about finding the newest flashy thing or really getting into what your child's into. I'm really keen on seeing what you've already got and how you can work that in with your child. So, for example, we already had masking tape at home. That provided hours of entertainment. We already had some cars and dinosaurs. So have a think about toys that you may already have, or toys that will be able to use lots and lots of ways, and how they can be used in the different schemas. So when you use these, it can align with your child's interest, and it can also reduce frustration when you understand the why behind these behaviours. So I could be seeing my child lining up these cars and thinking, when are you going to start actually playing? But that was the playing. Also, when you're doing things like the rotation and you're just trying to get them to stop because you're feeling sick, if you're trying to get them to stop, they'll probably go back to it again and again until they've worked out that need, that urge to do the rotation. So if you keep redirecting them to something else, they're getting frustrated because they just want to get back to the rotation. So when you understand these schemas and you allow them to work through it, it can reduce the frustration for both of you, which makes a way better, way more fun environment. Okay. When you're thinking about play, let's try and change our mindset this year. Rather than just something that fills in the gaps between dinner and bedtime, think of it as an essential activity that can develop skills for life, not just that fun pastime. Yes, it is fun, but it's developing so much. Highlight in your brain that time spent playing is time well spent. It's fostering growth and confidence. It's building crucial skills like resilience, learning through trial and error, creativity. They use their imagination and problem solving and open-ended play. And there is so much social skills that go along with it, especially if they're with others, but even if they're working on their own sometimes, they can work through their day when they're collaborating and negotiating during group play. So have a think about how in your day you can invest into this play. I was just on a mum's group this morning and there was a mum saying that she was having a really frustrating time with her child. She's working long hours, and when they get home, child from daycare, mum from work, they're just clashing the whole time. Really what I could see in this is the child was calling out for attention. So maybe this is where you'll be playing with your child. Even if it's for 5 minutes of intentional play, your phone is down, you're not trying to think about dinner, you can just invest into your child. Some little blocks of play where the child knows it's going to come and they know their bucket's going to be filled. You can provide simple, open-ended materials like blocks, cardboard, fabric. All of this play can promote happiness and can promote connection. As I said, after a long day of work, a long day of daycare, this can be the best stress relief for you and for your kids. It can help you and them process emotions and decompress for those daily challenges. As I said, you can do independent play if they're up to that, but also if you're joining in with the play experiences, it's really good for you. If you're starting your evening with a bit of laughter, it can reduce your stress and help all those meal times, bath times, bedtimes go a whole lot smoother. You don't have to go too far to find all the research that highlights how play improves mental health and emotional resilience. It fosters joy, which is a key component of well-being. And when you create joyful habits, it can really help with your day-to-day with your child and your family. Think about how you can infuse play into your daily routines for you and with your partner as well. It's a family bonding time, and it's a tool that can be used with everyone. So think about maybe games, activities, and things you could do together, maybe building forts or dance parties. And my challenge also is to follow your child's lead. Be willing to bring out your own creativity and a little bit of silliness too. Laughter and silliness can be a great way of connecting with your children, and shared laughter can really strengthen family bonds. So things like silly races, storytelling games, charades, anything really makes memories with your family. So as we go into this new year, have a think about what are we showing our kids? How are you as parent doing some role modelling? Children learn from us and how we decompress from our day, how we behave, how we play. Show them curiosity, show them joy, show them creativity, and show them that they are more important than your phone. Reflect on whether you model playfulness alongside responsibility, how you can have fun but still get tasks done around the home. When you foster creativity and exploration, it really helps your children to embrace their own creativity. And if you're able to immerse yourselves and play with your child without worrying about you doing it right, it will really help them knowing that when they're playing, they don't need to do it right. You can have so much fun. It's such a great gift to give to all children, is the ability to play without having to think, am I doing it right? So I've shared a lot of different things, a lot of different ideas as we go into this new year. And I'd really love to know, what are you going to do? If you were to have one play goal this year, what is your play goal? For me, my main play goal is being the present parent at the playground. I really know that at the end of the day, when I take my children back from daycare, we walk through a playground and they always want to stop. Quite often I'm thinking, no, we've just got to get home and get dinner done, or no, it's too cold, or okay, but I just need to reply to some messages. That's not the mum I want to be. I want to be the mum that gets in and plays with my children. So my goal for this year is when my children ask if we can go to the playground, unless I've got genuine reasons not to, we'll stop and we'll play. And by we play, I will play, whether it's being silly, looking like a shark, chasing them, pushing them on the swings while interacting with them. I'm going to be the one that's there. So what is your play goal? So thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Demystifying Child's Play through using play schemas. Remember, if you'd like a deeper dive more than the cheat sheet, flick me a message on social media platforms where I'm at play_schemas, or through my contact page on my website, which is also playschemas.com. That is SCHEMAS. I look forward to you joining me as we go on to the next episode about independent play and how play schemas can really help your child play on their own. I hope you're taking into your day and your year new ideas and insights to help you connect with your child through play in meaningful and fun ways. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on future tips, tricks, strategies, and those aha moments. And if you want any more information, head over to the blog at playschemas.com/008, where I'll have the show notes and the freebies that I've mentioned from today. And as I've said, please let me know about your goals, and I'd love to know about playtime stories too. If you're celebrating a win or trying to crack the mystery behind a new behaviour, I'm here for it. Reach out to me on social media or drop me a message. Until next time, say it with me, today is a great day to play.